What's up, everybody? This is Missy from Lansing Hoops and Learn to Hoop at Home, and today we're going to cover another question about how to be a more effective flow teacher. I'm a little nervous to talk about this today, so I think that probably means it needs to be talked about. The biggest question that I probably get asked about being a flow teacher after how to actually teach is whether or not you should ever do work for free. So this is a really hot topic in a lot of the different flow community groups on Facebook, in person. This could be a super triggering question about whether or not someone should work for free or work for a reduced rate. So today I'm going to answer this question as best as I can and based on my experience, and I'm hoping that everybody will know that the answer might be different for them or for their circumstances. But the too long didn't read version of this video is yes, you should work for free. So I know that that will probably make some people upset, but I'm hoping that you give me a minute to explain myself. So what I mean is there are times that yes, I believe it is good for you and it's good for your business to do work for free or at a lower or reduced rate. So there are some questions you can ask yourself to decide whether or not that's something that is worthwhile for you, and I do believe that you should say no to free opportunities sometimes. Those are not good for you, or they're not good for your business, or there's no real outcome for anybody except the person who's getting free work. Those are times when you should say no. But times when you should say yes are if you're trying out some sort of new teaching technique or some sort of new skill set that you haven't taught before and you need practice teaching that. That might be a time when it would be okay to offer to teach for free or at a reduced rate, because you know that you are not supplying the same quality teaching that you could the rest of the time after you've had a chance to practice that. Another time that you might want to offer a free or a reduced rate for teaching is in order to get something that you otherwise cannot get if you don't offer something for free. So some of the bigger festivals in the area offer a free ticket to the festival in exchange for teaching. Now some people don't want to do that because they don't want to ever teach or perform for free. However, other people are willing to take that trade because the cost of the ticket is worth what they have to put out in order to teach. So if you feel like the benefit that you receive from teaching or for performing for free outweighs whatever cost you have to put into that, then I think that it's okay to go ahead and teach for free. Now some people will say that it never outweighs it, that performing for free and teaching for free doesn't pay the bills. And I will agree that yes, that is true directly. If I go out and I do some event at a school or at a playground or at a festival or some sort of little community event and I'm not getting paid for that, then that's true. That event does not directly pay my bills. However, if my schedule is not fully booked with paid events that I really and truly want to do, then going to an event where I might not be getting paid, but I also don't have to pay to be there, feels like a marketing win for me. Most of the time, when you're marketing or you're buying advertising or you're doing something to get your name out there so that people hire you, you have to pay to do it. You have to pay for demo videos or demo reels. You have to pay to be a vendor at an event. A lot of times you have to pay to put your name in a newspaper, to do a Google ad or a Facebook ad. You're paying money in order for people to find out about you. So if you're being asked to go to an event and you don't have to pay to be there, and you're not so well known that your schedule is completely booked with paying events, then what I like to ask myself is whether or not it will hurt me to do that event for free. If it won't, and there's a chance that it will help me and I want to do it and it's good for the community or it's good for that person, then I say yes to that free event. And the reason is, even though that specific event does not pay my bills, I get practice becoming better and at presenting myself and asking for the sale, which is a big way that you do get paid from those kinds of non-paying events, is you learn how to ask for the sale from those people who show up. So I get practice doing that. But also, If this is an event where 3 or 4 or 500 people or parents or promoters or whoever it is that I'm trying to sell to, they're going to be walking through, then they see me at that event as the authority on hooping or whatever it is that I'm selling there. So I'll be at the forefront of their mind the next time they do want to hire someone, or when their friend asks about cool entertainment or a birthday party or whatever it is that you're offering. If you've been out in the community being seen with your hoops by hundreds of different people, you become the person that everybody wants to talk to and everybody asks for, and everybody mistakes you for somebody else's business. So what I mean by that is they'll say, I've heard from people saying, oh, hey, you're Lansing Hoops. Were you at this other event? And they'll name some event that I've never heard of. And I'll have to say, oh no, that must have been one of my friends. And sometimes I'll even talk to them and try to figure out who it was. But because the only people that they've seen normally out in the community making themselves available is Lansing Hoops, they think that every single time they see somebody hooping, it's Lansing Hoops. It's not so good for that other business, but it's great for me. And the way that happens is going out and being part of the community and saying yes to free events. Because if you make yourself helpful to people when they need you, they will remember you and refer you to other people who are willing to pay. So every time you do a free event, if you're thinking about that as free advertising as opposed to working for free, it's a mindset shift that allows you to get your name out there and become bigger. So, like I said, I do believe sometimes if it feels good to you, if the benefits, well, let's count those off. If it feels good to you, if the benefits outweigh the cost and you want to do it, working for free is always a good idea. If any of those things are not true, that's when you need to stop and ask yourself whether or not this is a project that you really want to work on, or whether or not it's best to pass that on to someone else who would appreciate it. Next week, we're going to talk about the flip side of this, which is how do I get paid what I'm worth, especially if other people are out there offering their services for free. I know that's a big one on top of this, so if you have any follow-up questions, hit me up in the comments and ask them, and I'll make sure to address that in the video next week. Talk to you next time.